South Georgia is still looking for answers and help tonight after confirmed tornadoes ripped through South Georgia, leaving a path of destruction. Officials, residents, and volunteers are working to start the process of rebuilding after the storm.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WALB News 10 at 6.
Albany's mayor says more state help is on the way for the city and South Georgia areas hit by the devastating tornadoes and storms this week.
And that's because Governor Nathan Deal has issued a state of emergency in 4 South Georgia counties. Calhoun, Mitchell, Baker, and Dougherty counties are under this declaration. Governor Deal says the state is making all resources available for assistance with damage assessment. And Albany Mayor Dorothy Hubbard told us earlier today exactly what this declaration means for affected residents.
To be able to get services, it allows us to be able to get the word out and to be able, to file insurance claims, all those kinds of things that are just, things that we don't even think about that we're going to need to do.
Governor Deal says GEMA, Homeland Security, and local emergency management agencies will continue to work together to ensure the safety and well-being of affected residents. And we continue our live team coverage tonight of the widespread damage around South Georgia, beginning with WALB News 10's Amanda Hoskins. And Amanda, the state deputy insurance commissioner, got a look at what folks are dealing with here in Albany today. What did he have to say?
Well, Melissa, he had a lot of different suggestions, but he said most importantly, if folks haven't already, they need to call their insurance company right away. He said their insurance company is going to be the ones that can tell them who to go to for repairs and how much that the insurance will be able to pay for.
This obviously is a severe and widespread weather event.
With the assistance of Albany Deputy Fire Chief Seben Burns, the State Deputy Insurance Commissioner Jay Florence got a look at some of the damage here in Albany.
So there's some significant property damage.
Starting on the east side and traveling through Rawson Circle and several other stops, Florence spoke with a number of homeowners. There are close to 1,000 homes that have been damaged. He says many have taken the right steps, but should be on the lookout for scam artists.
They should be concerned about fly-by-night people that are, coming into the area quickly to help solve problems.
He says if you haven't already, you need to get in touch with your insurance agent. Experienced homeowners say the same thing. Ralph Postian owns close to 40 properties in the area. He says many people will call and get someone to come remove their trees or make repairs, assuming their insurance company will cover it. But later they'll learn that they won't.
So you're going to need to be very careful with letting some of these companies come in and assuming that your insurance company's going to pay, because they're going to cap out at a certain max.
Florence says there are dozens of agents and adjusters in Albany now, and more are on the way to look at the damage. But folks must be patient.
Obviously, adjusters and as much damage as there is, and some of the roads aren't even passable yet, it could take longer to get an estimate on property damages and get your homes repaired.
Here's a little example of what he's talking about. This house behind me has 3 different trees on it. The owner tells me that the estimates he got ranged from $8,000 to $10,000. Well, he went back to his insurance agency and they said they're just not going to pay for all of that. If you are having trouble with your insurance agency, you can reach out to the State Insurance Commission and they should be able to help you out. Live in Albany, Amanda Hoskins, WALB News 10.
More details now on insurance claims. Dougherty County Sheriff Kevin Sproul warns you that crooks can try to take advantage of you during this vulnerable time to scam you out of money. He says this was a major issue during the floods of the 90s.
We don't want to wait 3 weeks because they're busy with other folks, so we find the next man who comes off the street or woman, pays in cash up front to do our work. They don't complete the job 100% satisfactory like we want.
You should make sure the contractor is licensed before you give anyone any money. Look them up with the Better Business Bureau, and you can always find more ways to look out for scammers at our website, WALB.com. Officials say it could take up to 2 weeks for many residents to have their power restored. 6,000 residents are still without electricity. The time range for restoration depends on where you live, but the Lake Park area could take the longest. Officials also are thanking people who are assisting with the cleanup. They say you can help by ensuring that the storm drains in those areas that are affected by the storms are not blocked by debris. Happening right now, the Red Cross is waiting for the okay from the city of Albany to open a shelter tonight for storm victims. Avalon United Methodist Church will open its doors for displaced victims. The address is 3018 Gillionville Road. The American Red Cross has about 50 cots set up now in the fellowship hall. They say they have the capacity of up to 400.
And if you have storm damage, there is help available to you even if you don't live in the Albany area. Several groups are offering help, including Southern Baptist Convention Disaster Relief. They want anyone with storm damage to sign up at First Baptist Church in Albany. That's on Oakland Parkway in Lee County. You need to physically fill out the required forms at First Baptist to be eligible to receive help.
If they own the house, it's just they just fill out a short form. We do, it's just a short questionnaire of the damage and stuff like that, and then we will go out and actually physically assess that house to see how much damage is done to it once we receive the order.
They're available from 5 to 9 through Saturday. They will be closed on Sunday, but anticipate working next week as well. But they aren't the only ones offering help. You can head to our website, WALB.com, to see a list of others who do want to help out. And residents in West Albany are still without power, a section of town with many elderly people, according to people who live there. And today we saw trees still in homes, like on this one in Avalon, that weren't tarped, and roads like the 400 block of Drexel Avenue cleared of trees blocking access by residents. And a main entrance into this community at Gillionville Road in Ingleside has downed power lines. We spoke with one homeowner whose neighbor's house on Valencia was cut into by a fallen tree, and she says a church pastor came over to help remove the tree and tarp that roof. She says the storm terrified her and she didn't come out of her house until a family member checked on her the next day.
I'm older and my nerves are kind of bad, and it devastates you. So I didn't look out until my daughter came that next morning to see was I okay, and I just screamed.
And residents told us that food is spoiled and has been thrown away. We spoke with one person who said she is staying with family in another section of town with power, but others we spoke with said they're remaining in their homes, and it could take as many as 3 days to restore power to this particular area. And with temperatures falling, they might get as low into the low 20s.
And tonight there are still folks in East Albany as well without power. Many people we've spoken to in the past few days have a lot of damage to their homes. We spoke with one woman who lives in that area today. She says she is worried about folks in her neighborhood who have no place to sleep tonight.
Don't have any lights, and we don't know where to go to try to get us no help by getting somewhere to live. And I know people that got children living in these cold houses, and to me, East Albany, it don't matter.
Now, we have put information on our website, WALB.com, for shelter locations and volunteer organizations that are helping people. Continuing our live team coverage now, Worth County, where officials have confirmed an EF1 tornado tore through the area. WALB News 10's Caitlin Chastain joins us now from Camp Osborne in Worth County. Caitlin, how much damage was done there?
Jim, sites like this one, this tree that's been completely uprooted. You're looking at the bottom of the tree. It's fallen onto this building back here. This is a common sight throughout Camp Osborne right now. Almost everywhere you turn, you see something like this. But the even scarier part is that 15 scouts were here for camp the night of the storm, and they were supposed to be staying right here. But like good scouts are, they were prepared.
You can see there's literally thousands of trees down here that we're just now being able to get to certain parts of the property to...
Fallen trees line the trails through Camp Osborne, a reminder that Mother Nature was just here.
When the storms came through, we've been pretty much decimated.
And with the storms came one strong feeling.
The first thought was just sheer panic.
Panic, because 15 Boy Scouts were spending the night at the camp as the severe weather struck.
It's mind-blowing just thinking where we were planning on staying, and to see the trees and everything. I mean, we could have lost every child that we had out there.
This is where the boys were going to stay, but just like good scouts, they were prepared. Once they learned of storm warnings, they moved.
And when we got into the dining hall, most of the youngsters were huddled in the walk-in refrigerator.
Once the leaders arrived, the boys moved to the pantry to weather out the storm. When they were finally able to walk outside,
It was a shock when we got out of here to actually see it at daylight, the damage that was done around the camp. We were shocked.
of all the damage, one place stood standing with only a window broken. Joe T. Abernathy Dining Hall, the shelter that saved 15 lives. And now,
We rebuild, we recoup, and we move forward. We scout on.
To get to the boys, the Georgia Forestry Commission had to come in and actually bulldoze a path through all the trees that had fallen to get back to that building. They were stuck in there until about 11 o'clock the morning after the storms. A true story of putting those Boy Scouting skills to the test. Live in Worth County, Caitlin Chastain, WALB News 10.
That's good news. Like she said, always prepared.
We're so very fortunate in South Georgia. More people were not injured and killed in those storms Monday night.
Very blessed. Well, many schools remain closed due to the storm. We're going to update you on the ones that won't open their doors tomorrow and the ones that will.
Plus, we're going to show you the cleanup efforts and what's left of the Albany Museum of Art. It's a structure that's now considered a total loss.
Tonight is day 3 of folks without
And if you're one of the thousands of people without power, Mediacom has set up multiple locations around town to make sure you have access to the internet. WALB News 10's Catherine Patterson joins us live in the newsroom with details on where you can get access to free 24/7 Wi-Fi. Catherine?
Melissa, for most people, today is the 3rd day without power and without internet. But have no fear. Mediacom has set up 3 different locations to make internet access more convenient for folks who still do not have power. Now, if you have no internet connectivity, you can go to the parking lot area of the Albany Civic Center. You can also head to the Albany Mall parking lot behind the Sears to gain access to the Wi-Fi. Now, Mediacom crews finished up setting up public internet access at First Baptist Church in Albany in the parking lot near the administrative entrance as well today. Now, this is a free 24/7 Wi-Fi connection, as you said, Melissa, to provide internet access for area residents and storm cleanup teams. It's now active and available for your smartphones, tablets, and laptops in all 3 areas. And you do not have to be a Mediacom customer. You can connect by searching for the Wi-Fi network named Free Mediacom. And for folks at the First Baptist Church in Albany, they say this is one way that they can provide help for people in need.
There's so many people downtown or throughout the city doing chainsaw work, doing clearing the big things, clearing the big debris out of the way. And we don't all have chainsaws, and we can't all operate those, but we all fit into this puzzle a different way, and we're excited to be able to offer this ministry.
And they say they will have this free Wi-Fi access until there is no longer need. And we are live in the newsroom. Catherine Patterson, WALB News 10.
New at 6, insurance adjusters toured the damage at the Albany Museum of Art today, considered a total loss. The museum's director, Paula Williams, showed the team the destruction caused by powerful winds Monday night. The entire second-floor office space is in ruins. Plus, a team from the Georgia Museum of Art at the University of Georgia in Athens was at the Albany Museum. The UGA Museum had 4 pieces on loan for the Howard Finster exhibition, which was on display, and they came to inspect and collect. The Georgia Museum of Arts director says the state's art community is offering help.
The entire state is looking at the situation. Everyone's very concerned. I've received multiple offers to come help because they know that I'm familiar with Albany Museum of Art. I used to work here many years ago. I know Paula, the director here, is receiving many responses to help.
Mondi says they are still in the assessment stage, but she, along with the AMA's director, are gathering together a contact list of people from across the state offering assistance. And museum officials say all of the artwork is secure, but there's been no announcement on the condition of the artwork or where the pieces are being stored.
A reminder tonight about school closures due to the storm damage. The Dougherty County School System says principals and department heads should report to the school system's administrative boardroom at 10:30 a.m. Employees should report to work at 1 o'clock tomorrow. The students will return to class Monday, January 9th. Head Start centers in Dougherty County are closed until Monday, and Sherwood Christian Academy will not have classes tomorrow. Worth County schools will reopen tomorrow for students, faculty, and staff. You can find out all the information about school closures at our website, WALB.com. Now, with the lights off in many parts of the city still, Albany police want you to know that they are working to continue to keep you safe. Chief Michael Persley says that patrol cars are out in those affected areas. He says you can let officers know if you have any concerns about your safety.
If you hear or see anything suspicious, go ahead and call us. We'll be out there. We have responded to numerous suspicious persons, suspicious vehicle reports over the past couple of nights.
Chief Persley says they have also put in requests for other agencies to come in and assist with night patrols for impacted areas.
And we're expecting much lower temperatures this weekend.
What officials are saying about their concerns for people in those damaged homes with the cold and the rain on the way.
Yeah, indeed. We have both of those on the way back. First, the rain gets in here. It'll be a chilly rain, but then downright cold as we move on through the weekend. Your first alert extended forecast is next.
Now your WALD First Alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Yolanda Amadeo.
On this Thursday, we had lots of sunshine, a lot of high clouds in the area. However, thicker clouds will roll in throughout the evening and overnight, therefore becoming mostly cloudy, and that will be greeted by some rainfall moving into our Friday. Otherwise, for this evening, still pretty fair outside as temperatures fall from the upper 50s. We'll continue to head downward, mid to upper 40s as we move towards sunrise, and then continuing into the afternoon. Not a whole lot of warmth here. We'll be about 10 degrees cooler tomorrow with highs in the mid 50s. We'll hit the mid 50s, say just about midday, and then temperatures will continue to fall. Heading into our Friday evening, notice our rain chances are back and looks like a steadily increasing on into our Friday evening. So as we start out Friday morning, mostly cloudy, already picking up some isolated showers, mostly in our far northwestern areas of Stewart, Webster counties, even Quitman and Clay counties likely to get in on some early morning activity. Notice by midday, there's a timing on here, give or take an hour or so. Showers steadily moving mainly off toward the northeast, but notice how that influx of moisture will begin to spread further off toward the east, and that's going to bring about some rather wet conditions throughout our Friday afternoon. Still holding into our Friday evening, that's when we'll have moderate to heavy rainfall, which will gradually taper off during the wee hours of the morning, but still some lingering showers before sunrise. And notice some pink here on our forecast map, and that indicates a wintry mix, possibly some sleet there in the northern fringes of Stewart, Webster, and Sumter counties, possibly Dooley and Crisp counties getting in on a wintry mix. But as all that moisture pushes away, what's left behind may actually be enough just to squeeze out a few flurries across those northern areas. But for the rest of us, well, we'll be drying out, and all of us continuing to clear out as we move into our Saturday afternoon with that Arctic air continuing to plummet into the southwestern corner. Just how cold will it get? Well, we'll start out very close to freezing on Saturday, mid-30s, but notice we go about another 10 degrees lower for Sunday morning, mid-20s, holding into the mid-20s even Monday, back into freezing on Tuesday, and then well above that, moving into midweek. Afternoon highs won't find any rise in those readings, continuing to head downward for the end of the week on through the weekend, holding on to 40s even Monday, and then finally back into the 50s and 60s getting in Tuesday into Wednesday. Outside right now, we have clear skies around South Georgia, but notice a lot of clouds to our north and west. Those are heading our way. Winter storm warnings for areas of central Alabama and North Georgia. If you're traveling in those directions, be aware that snow is likely to cause problems on the roadways. Flood warning continues for the Kinchafoonee until Saturday afternoon. Outside, still holding on to some mild readings, upper 50s, but numbers are heading downward. Low to mid 40s in the morning. Tomorrow, a chilly rainfall around South Georgia, only mid 50s. Rain ends very early on Saturday, right around 8 a.m. And then we'll have clearing of skies for the afternoon. Sunshine in full swing from Sunday on into Tuesday, with our highs gradually rising upper 50s.
And as Yolanda just told you, we are expecting much lower temperatures over the weekend. That'll be especially a problem for people without power. Homes have been damaged by falling trees. Officials are working from the Red Cross. They're working on shelters, and they're thanking the churches for playing a big part in assistance to the community as well.
Individual churches can render assistance, but it would be assistance that they do on their own, they provide on their own. Which is perfectly acceptable. They have members who are affected, they have community members that are affected that are in their neighborhoods.
And as we have told you, the American Red Cross is setting up a shelter at Avalon United Methodist Church. As soon as the city officials approve it, that shelter will be open to help everyone. Valdosta State Lady Blazers are on a winning streak that they hope to continue in 2017. Jake Wallace has their story coming up.
Plus, a kind gesture caught on camera. The good deeds done by Albany police officers for storm victims. Next.
She played at Valdosta State.
Valdosta State women's basketball team is right in the thick of their conference title hunt. Jake Wallace caught up with the team and joins us now from the sports desk.
Got off to a so-so start under first-year head coach Carly Coons, but since December, they've won 5 of 6, including 4 straight conference games. That means as we all shift to 2017, Valdosta State finds themselves tied for the Gulf South Conference lead. Coons says it's been a fun ride over the last month, and it's showing in their play. Former Crisp Academy star Maddie Mitchell is averaging a double-double. She's one of 4 players averaging double figures in points this season. When Coons took over the program in June, she said the goal was to win the Gulf South Conference. Now she and the team believe that's a realistic goal.
She believes in us. We bought into the system early from August. We bought into it. And it's just what you put in is what you get out.
It's going to be a tough road, and it's going to be, there's a lot of parity in our conference, but we're just trying to take it one day at a time, getting better every game, getting better every day, and just continue to grow and build.
The Lady Blazers tip off a key 3-game road trip this weekend when they visit Lee University. The Lady Flames also tied for the conference lead. That game tips off Saturday at 2 o'clock. Here's your fishing game forecast for Friday, and we've got good chances in the early morning and late evening, 7:40 a.m., 8:20 p.m. Your best times tomorrow.
And check this out. We caught Albany police officers in East Albany, and that's not the video. There it is, giving drinks, pizza, and snacks to families with storm damage. The officers say they felt compelled to give back to the community, and citizens, of course, were very thankful for that kind gesture. There have been so many wonderful gestures like that all over the place.
A lot of the community trying to help out, and it's paying off now.
It really is. And of course, don't forget there's so much information you need to know about storm relief. We've got it on our website, WALB.com.
Now, our storm coverage continues tonight at 7 with Catherine Patterson on ABC. And I'll see you back here tonight at 11. Good night, everyone.
Good night.